Good morning, children. Welcome back to the class. Today's date is 18th June 2020. So, do you remember what we were doing in our last class? Yes, we were learning about or discussing about lesson number 3. That is, what does the earth look like, right? So, in our previous class, we have discussed about the physical features, the definition of physical feature, and the different types of landforms. Now, let's do a quick recap of what we did in our last class. So, the physical features are the formation of land or landforms and water bodies on the earth. There are two kinds of physical features. Number one is landforms and the next is the water bodies. Now, landform includes different types. There are different types of landforms. Okay, so we are going to read the definition. So, the number one is plain. Okay, what is a plain? A plain is a flat area on the surface of the earth. Then plateau. It is a raised land with a flat top. Hill. It is an area or land which is naturally higher than the surrounding area. Next, we have got the mountain, a tall rocky area of land which is much higher than the surrounding area. Means if you compare hill and mountain, then hill is lower than the mountain and mountain are the taller. They are more taller and much higher from the surrounding area or the ground. And then valley, it is a land between hills or mountains and much lower than the surrounding area. Now valley looks like the V shape. Clear? Then we have the island. It is an area of land surrounded by water on all sides. Then we have got peninsula, a body of land surrounded by water on three sides. Now island is a land, suppose it is a land and it is surrounded by water from all sides. Clear? Now peninsula is a land, it's a body of land which is surrounded by water from three sides, only three sides, and the other part, suppose the the three sides are surrounded by water and one part of the land is connected to the mainland. Clear? That is the India, the southern part of India. It is, I have already shown you the picture. It is covered with three sides of water and the other part of the land is connected to the whole part of India. Correct? So that is a peninsula. Now delta. A river delta is formed at the mouth of a river. It is formed by deposition of soil. Now, today we are going to start with the water bodies. Clear? So, water bodies are, what are water bodies? It covers the water and we have already studied in chapter 2, right? So, it covers most of the earth's surface. So, now we are going to study about the sea. The first water body is sea. So, in the second chapter, part 2, the oceans and continents and oceans, latitudes and longitudes, we have discussed about how ocean and sea are different. Both are different, right? So now let's read it out. A sea is also a large saltwater body, but it is smaller than an ocean. Many seas joins the oceans. For example, the waters of the Arabian Sea join the Indian Ocean. Now as you can see here, this is the map. Okay, just look on the screen. As you can see here, this is the map here. Okay, now this part is the Arabian Sea. Clear? And this part from here, it is the Indian Ocean. Then we have the Bay of Bengal here. Clear? So the Arabian Sea is the sea, the Indian Ocean. Now there is no land. Okay, so this sea is connected to Indian Ocean through water. Now there is one more point I would like to look. I will request you to look here. If you see here, on the right side there is Bay of Bengal. Then on the left side, the Indian Ocean is here, and above the Arabian Sea is there, right? Now, three water bodies are joining together here, right? Three water bodies are joining together. Where? And this is located in the southern India, which is Kanyakumari. Clear? It is in the southern India, which is called Kanyakumari. And where the three water bodies meet, the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean, and the Arabian Sea meet, that the meeting point of this is called Triveni Sangam. I know you have heard the name Triveni Sangam. So it is in Kanyakumari. So near the Kanyakumari beach. So here the three water bodies, they actually meet here, and that's why it is called Triveni. Triveni means three. So Triveni Sangam, they meet. Sangam means to meet. Clear? So this is how the Arabian Sea joins the Indian Ocean. Now let's move towards the rivers. The rivers are very common to you, right? We have our own river, that is the Brahmaputra river, the famous Brahmaputra river. Now what is a river? A river is a flowing body of water that follows a course of land. So rivers follows the course of land. Course means a path of the land, okay? Now as you can see here, this is the most famous, world famous Amazon river, right? Now as you can see here, it is taking the course, right, of the land, and it looks like the shape of a snake. Then we have our own river, that is Brahmaputra. As you can see, it doesn't flow straight away. There are some turnings, okay? So it follows a track, and through that track only it comes. It does not goes to another track. Clear? So in the same case, if you look at the both picture, the Amazon river and the Brahmaputra river, the river are actually flowing through their own course. They are not out of their course. Correct? So this is how the river flows. Next we have the lakes. So a lake is a large body of water that is surrounded by land. Some lakes are very big, and in the past, some people call them seas. Lakes are not flowing bodies of water. So lakes are not like river. So they stay at the same place, and it is it is surrounded by land. Now these are a bit big, okay, but it is not like the sea. Not big like the sea, but people in earlier days, people doesn't know how to how much large the lake or the sea is. That's why they have mistakenly called the lakes as seas and seas as oceans. But now a large body of water which is surrounded by land is called a lake. And what are ponds? Ponds, in Assamese we used to call the ponds as pukhuri. Most of the village areas, if you visit a village, so you are going to, this is a very common sight that people are having a pond, a pukhuri in front of their house or at the back of their house. Okay, that is their own pukhuri or pond. Now ponds are smaller than the lakes. Now this is a picture of the very famous Chandubi Lake, which is in Guwahati, right? If you have ever visited Chandubi Lake, then you will surely know that this is a big lake. Clear? Now let's move towards the next one, which is glaciers. Now what are glaciers? A glacier is a slowly moving river of ice. So it is a river of ice. The water gets frozen and it becomes ice. So suppose if you can compare it to a river. The river is covered with water, right? The whole river is covered with water. In the same way, instead of water, it is covered with ice. Now in the picture, it is the Perito Moreno Glacier, which is in South America. Okay, as you can see, it is like a river, and it is all full of ice. And this particularly, the whole river of ice is called glaciers. Now let's move towards the iceberg. Now An iceberg is a large piece of ice broken off a glacier floating out to the sea or ocean. Now, this is a part of the actually iceberg is a part of the glacier, but sometimes what happened, the glacier used to broke down, right? And as it breaks down, it separates from the iceberg, that part no which is broken, it gets separated from the, suppose this is the ice, this whole is an iceberg, okay, sorry, glacier. Now suppose this part got separated, then it got broken and it got separated, and it has it floated out to the sea or the ocean. Clear? Now the other part of the glacier, the whole glacier remains at the same place, but the broken one went to the sea or the ocean. Now, and this is a large piece of ice, like we have the ice cube, no, it's a piece of ice in the same way. So iceberg is a piece of ice. Now as you can see on the screen, there is 10% and 90% showing, right? So above the water, so you can see only 10% of iceberg above the water, and 90% of the iceberg always remains under the water. That is a very interesting fact, okay? Only 10% of the iceberg remains above the water, and 90% of the iceberg, it is under the water. Clear? Okay, so we have completed the water bodies. Now let's move towards the reading maps. Clear? Now you have already learned what map is in your in the last class, in the class 3. So you learned that a map is usually a flat drawing of a place as seen from above. Seen from above means from the sky, or you can say from the satellite or the International Space Station. Okay, from above, when you look at the earth, you will come to know the shape of our map or the continents. Okay, so that is what it is telling. Now how can we show the differences among tall mountains, hills, plateaus and plains on a map? Different colors are used to show the physical feature on a map. The colors on a map are also mentioned in the key of the map. The colors for each physical feature are mentioned on the next page. So now we have a page, we have drawn our map, right? Now how we are going to show which are mountains, hills, plateaus and plains? It will be very difficult for us to draw the mountains, the Mount Everest, the Kanchenjunga, right? The hills, the plateaus and the plains. Yes? Now, how we are going to do it? By using different colors. So these are some of the colors that have been mentioned here. So green color is used for plains, right? Light brown for tall mountains, yellow for plateaus, blue for waters and brown for hills. So green for plains, light brown for tall mountains, clear? And yellow for plateaus, blue for water and brown for hills. Now here is a map. As you can see here, this is a map, right? Now here if you notice, so here are the mountains. These are the mountain range here, the Himalayas, right? So as you can see here, these are light brown in color. That means these are the tall mountain. These are the mountain range. Okay. Then we have the plains. Most of these areas, no, these areas are green in color. That means what? These areas cover the plains. Then we have here then we have the plateaus, the yellow color here in the middle of the map. As you can see here, here are the plateaus, right? You can see the Deccan Plateau, the Vindhya Plateau, right? So these are the plateaus. So yellow color, whenever you see the yellow color, these are the plateaus. Then we have the blue, right? Which are the blue color? These are the blue color. Arabian Sea is there, Bay of Bengal is there, right? So these are water. And then we have the hills here at the below here we have the hills, right? As you can see here, these are the hills at the below. The southern part of India has the hills which are brown in color. Now as you can see here, and this chart is very necessary whenever you are going to draw the map or you are going to mark this physical features on a map, always use this one. Blue for water bodies, then white for rivers, then light brown for mountains, brown for hills, yellow for plateaus, and green for plains. Clear? So this is how you are going to represent the physical features whenever you are going to draw the map. Clear? So this is how the map reading is done. Now let's move towards the next one. Okay, now let's come to train my brain. Name any 5 landforms. So I have already discussed landforms, so it is your duty to write the answer on your own. Clear? So you have to mention only 5 landforms. Then what are the colors brown and green used to show on a map? So brown color we have already discussed just now. Brown color for hills and green color for plains. Clear? Next we have this one, I apply. Here are a few exciting facts about the physical features of Earth. So, what are the physical features here? Yes. The West Siberian plains are the largest plains in the world. The largest plateau in the world is the Tibetan Plateau. It is 10 times bigger than the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. Just think about it. Uttar Pradesh is an Indian state, right? And it is 10 times, not double, not triple, but 10 times bigger than the Uttar Pradesh state. So it is the largest plateau in the world, which is the Tibetan Plateau. Then the Himalayas are the tallest mountains in the world. So we already know that Himalayas are the tallest one, right? Then we have the peninsula. The Arabian Peninsula is the world's largest peninsula. What? The Arabian Peninsula is the world's largest peninsula. Then we have the Greenland. Greenland is the largest island in the world. So remember that. So Greenland is the largest island in the world. Okay, so here are some physical features. Clear? The brown color, green color, then we have the blue color, yellow color as well, right? So this is how the physical features are shown here. Now let's move towards the next slide. So we are on the I explore. So look at the given map. Identify the plains and mountains by the colors used on the map. So we already know that plains are green and mountains are brown. So you have to write it that plains is green and mountains are brown. So you can write it like this on your book itself. Clear? Then we come to be amazed. Okay, so we already know the ocean is deeper than our tallest mountain, right? Mountain is here and the ocean is below. It's almost many down. Okay, so the ocean is deeper than our tallest mountain, while Mount Everest is 8,848 meters tall. The deepest point on the earth, which is the Challenger Deep located in the Pacific Ocean, is about 10,994 meters deep. That is about 2,000 more than the height of the Mount Everest. Just imagine, Mount Everest is from the main areas, from the surrounding area. Mount Everest is 8,848 meters tall, right? And what about the Challenger Deep? It is much more deeper, right? So it is 10,994 meters deep. That is, there is a difference of 2,000 meters. Just think about it, right? So the ocean is much more deeper than the tallest mountain. Now let's come to the maths fun. Suppose the Himalayas grow by 6.1 centimeter every year. How much will they grow in the next 300 years? Write the answers in meters. Okay. Now this is from page number 25. Now as you can see here, the answer is given. In 1 year, the Himalaya, how many centimeter the Himalaya grows? It grows 6.1 centimeter, right? So you're going to write like this. In 1 year, the Himalaya grows 6.1 centimeter. Then the question says that in the next 300 years, how much it is going to grow. So in 300 years, the Himalayas will grow 300 into 6.1 centimeter equals to 1830 centimeter, right? Now here already it is written here that we have to write it in meters, correct? Now how you're going to convert it to meter, centimeter to meter? So we are going to divide it by 100. So 1830 centimeter is divided by 100 equals to how much? 18.3 meter. Therefore, so in 100 years it will grow 18.3 meters. Clear? So this is the answer, the exact answer in meter. So I am going to share this answer in the WhatsApp. You don't have to worry. So now I'm going to tell you the syllabus of for your PT1 exam. Lesson number 1, lesson number 2 and lesson number 3 are included for your PT1 exam. Clear? So you have to study each and everything in very detail. Okay? Also in my next class, I'm going to start the map reading. Already I have given you one map reading. So I'll be discuss the same map again and also including one more. Clear? So here I end my class. Thank you.